about it. Hello, Sara. It's so good to see you.
Hello.
I'm super excited to introduce Sara to everybody today. I'm not sure what people can see of my screen, so let me do that. Perfect. Sara is the CEO, the founder of Gym Secrets Clothing, and she has two beautiful children, both under the age of 2. Just breathe that in. Both born in COVID lockdown. Let's just stop and breathe that in again, because I think that's totally bonkers, but it takes a brave, courageous, strong woman to do it. So, Sara, welcome to Messy Mums podcast, and we're over here on YouTube as well. Now, I had the privilege of working with Sara this time last year, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually, yeah.
And we spent some amazing time together, and I've just watched Sara just keep going like a rocket and changing and transforming and pivoting and then pivoting back, and it's like this magical tap dance. And I've really loved watching you not let life take your tap dance shoes off. I've really liked watching that you've been able to just keep going forward and stepping into your passion and allowing the passion to keep you moving forward and to keep you taking those steps. So let's just celebrate you doing that for 2 small children. So Sara, welcome. And I'd love to know, in your own words, let us know about you and about you, Sara the mum, and then you, Sara the CEO.
Okay. Well, firstly, thank you so much, Ange, for having me. I feel absolutely privileged to be on your podcast, so thank you very much. And like you said at the beginning in the intro, I am a mum of 2, and 2 under actually 16 months old, both born during a COVID lockdown here in Melbourne. Insane on its own, but I guess I don't know any different, so it kind of works in my favor. Me as a mom, I guess, I am somebody who's moved from, I guess, central New South Wales to Victoria, Melbourne, and married my husband here in Melbourne, who's also from New South Wales. But we met here, we've had 2 kids. I'm not only just a owner of an activewear label, I'm also a registered nurse. I say was because I am currently on mat leave, a manager in one of the big Footscray hospitals here in Melbourne, on one of their wards. But yeah, on mat leave at the moment. So I also got my little minis here with me. I'm trying to work on my business, which has been active since 2017. So that's what I've been doing, just designing and working on our activewear label for both women and kids. And yeah, just enjoying the ride, crazy as it is, especially during lockdown and COVID and all that kind of crazy stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the landscape's changed, right? And I think what most, look, it's the same no matter what, right? Dating worlds change, business worlds change, parenting changes. It's constantly evolving and changing. And I know you can have that mindset of, well, I'm just going to keep going with the changes and evolve with them, or you put your heels in the ground and you stay stuck. So just as parenting changes as your kids get older and they change, everything is constantly evolving, as are you. So I think it's really important that we probably just like nip that there with people to know that this is what it looks like. Like Sara is the perfect example of an empowered female entrepreneur who, I suppose, rolls with the punches, but evolves with the punches, like, you know, and sometimes you probably do feel like you've been knocked out for 6. We all do, and that's part of the journey. As I said, it doesn't matter what you're working on, whether it be your relationship, your parenting, your business, a job. We all have those moments where we just want to like suck our thumb in a dark corner and hope nobody opens the door. But, you know, so let's start there then, Sara. with the constant changes, how have you stayed on top of let's start with the mindset, that constant need to evolve. How have you navigated that?
Yeah, so I guess for me, it's been a bit of a struggle, both personally and business related. I guess on a personal note, just having to focus on the here and now, and adapt as much as I possibly can. In saying that's not always easy to adapt. So being a mum for the first time ever, I didn't really know what I was experiencing or going to experience. So I've kind of had to evolve with the time, and thankfully, you know, your kids tell you what they need in some way, through a cry, of course. But yeah, so you can't really keep yourself stuck and hope that you just figure it out by doing the same thing all the time. You got to keep changing your techniques. So I think parenting's kind of helped me in regards to business as well. Like, I would like to continue, you know, designing new activewear and stuff like that, but at the moment we're kind of in a halt. As you can imagine, you know, just simply with Oz Post, they're having a bit of trouble just sending parcels out, especially in the last few days. They've kind of shut business. But yeah, so, you know, getting my stock that I've designed from overseas is going to take a lot longer than I expected as well. So what I've been doing is trying to focus on other ways that we can connect with our audience. So I'm looking at things that are more, I guess, mummy and me focused in relation to, you know, moving your body and stuff like that. So we're focusing on designing a little tick sheet template for weekly activities to do as a family. So looking at things as a, you know, holistic kind of view rather than just activewear based. And also just for the mums as well. I know myself, I'm really into being organized as much as I can. So I want to share with them, I guess, what I do on a weekly basis to keep myself mentally intact, I guess. So I can show up for myself and my family. But like, it's the structured way I kind of do that. Of course, I got to, you know, things change every day, and I might have kind of some kind of structure for that particular day, but I try to do what I can to make it work. And if it doesn't, well, then tomorrow I'll do that. So yeah, we're trying to look at different avenues that we can kind of capture our audience and support them throughout this mentally challenging time. And the bonus is them seeing my activewear along the way. So that's always good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know that Australia Post has stopped. It probably explains why I'm still waiting for birthday presents and stuff that I ordered a long time ago.
Yeah.
But saying that, I mean, again, I'm loving that you are seeing this as an opportunity to do something else in, because you can really like get stuck there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Give up, done. But it's like, there's three things we always need to be doing is for our audience and for our business to grow. That is to attract a new audience, nurture a new audience, and sell to our audience. So, you know, whilst you might not be able to get the packages to them, you can definitely attract new people into your world, and you can definitely nurture them and be on the front of their mind. So the very minute they are like, that's it, getting those new leggings, they're there, right? They're there. So I'm loving that. And I'm loving the fact that you are like, just, you've got to stay relevant, and you've got to stay on the front of people's minds. And the reason that we want to do that and nurture our audience is tomorrow, I can guarantee somebody's going to wake up and go, I need a breastfeeding activewear top, because I know you do those, right? And they're going to go, who? But if you've been like nurturing those people and been in that, they're going to think of you first, right? So this whole, I'm just going to give up. Well, sorry, sister, but another 30 people who are, you know, in that nurturing phase are going to come to that person's mind. So I love that you're doing that. So talk to me about the holistic approach to your label.
Yeah. So I guess I first ever designed Gym Secrets clothing on the back end of my personal journey with fitness and the way that I looked, I guess. So for me to be able to, I guess, sell my products, I want to be able to share with my community where Gym Secrets actually originated from. So because I designed Gym Secrets based on how I'm feeling internally, I have had Gym Secrets progress as I've progressed throughout my life journey. So I guess I originally started off just with women's activewear, just to, you know, increase their self-motivation and their empowerment to be strong no matter how they look in the mirror. I started finding love for physical activity when I was much later. I feel like as a young adolescent or even a young child, you need to be motivated with the environment around you to be able to feel confident in your own skin, to be able to move your body even as you get older. So I guess for myself, I didn't really enjoy being quite active because I didn't feel confident. It wasn't until I went to uni and kind of left my home environment and just kind of expanded on my own that I felt safe in my own little environment to start being physically active, because no one knew who I was or what I even looked like originally. So as that journey progressed and I loved being physically active, I started designing women's activewear. And then as time progressed, I kind of wanted to tap into my physical journey a little bit better, a little bit more. So that's when I started designing kids activewear, because like I said earlier, I believe activewear, or being active, comes from the environment as a young child. So I thought to myself, even though I don't have children at this very moment, but Gym Secrets clothing's journey is based on my own personal journey. Let's take it back a few notches and focus on where my biggest issue was, and that was in my childhood years. So I started designing activewear for kids aged 3 to 6. We now have aged 3 to 10, which is super exciting. So started focusing on that, and then decided to do matching activewear because, like I said, it's all based on your environment. So if you got your mum at home who's super active, or just showing you that you can feel confident no matter how you look or how you're mentally feeling, but can still move your body to actually increase those endorphins. As a young kid, if you see that, then naturally you want to be able to do that when you get older as well. And it kind of just seems like a natural progress. So yeah, that's why I designed matching activewear. And to bring it back into, you know, following my journey with my life, and my lifespan, I've just recently introduced nursing sports bras. So as Angela's already said, I am, you know, a mum of 2, and I am currently on mat leave, so I am breastfeeding. So I kind of wanted, you know, Gym Secrets to follow my journey. So yeah, hence the nursing sports bras.
I wish I had those when I was it would have been a hell of a lot messier, I can't speak, a hell of a lot less messy and a lot less revealing let's say that, when I was breastfeeding. Plus, I don't know, I feel that sports bras like hold you better than any bra does anyway. So I think even if you're not necessarily jumping on the trampoline running while you're nursing, I still think they're a great idea anyway. So I love this whole idea because I totally agree. Our children watch what we do. We are our children's leaders. We are setting the example. We are setting the tone. We are creating their belief systems, which I know can feel like this massive responsibility, and we will stuff up sometimes, and give yourself permission to do that. But I love that whole idea of, hey, I'm going to feel fiercely confident, which I know is part of your brand. I'm going to feel fiercely confident as a mum and show you what it looks like, and I'm going to wear this stuff while I do it. And the kid's obviously going to go, oh my God, like, doesn't matter if mum's a size 8 or a size 28. It's like, oh wow, mum's feeling confident, mum's feeling fiercely strong. I want to feel like that too. I love that whole, I love it. I just love it so much. I just think it's beautiful. So we went from women's to children's, and now we've evolved from children 6 to 10. That's exciting. 3 to 10. My apologies. 3 to 10. And then we've got the nursing range as well. What's been the biggest learning curve for you, do you think, in business?
There's been a few, but one that kind of sticks out to me the most is, I guess, from the early stages of developing my own activewear. Like I said, I've designed everything myself. So I actually designed my own pattern piece and sourced my own fabric, sourced my own manufacturer, and so forth. But I did have an incident where I guess I didn't scale things as appropriately as possible. So once I had, created my pattern piece and sent it to my manufacturer with my fabric that I did actually import from France, with the personalized leopard print. So yes, once I've sent that all to my manufacturer, he called me up and he said to me, "Oh, your activewear is ready to be picked up. Do you want to come check it out?" And I was so excited. I still remember this day. And then I get there, and unfortunately, the leggings are actually 2 sizes bigger than my actual pattern piece based on the actual material. So my learning curve from that in particular is that I need to be able to put in things in place to prevent that from happening ever again. So even though we did do lots of sample pieces on calico, so if anyone out there who actually knows the difference between calico, polyester, spandex, you will know calico doesn't have no give whatsoever. Polyester spandex has a lot. So since then, we actually do all our sample pieces on actual fabric. I've put in other procedures to prevent that actual thing occurring ever again. So yeah, you learn a lot of things along the way.
Just like this big cry session. What did you do?
Oh, I freaked out because I was originally super excited to, start showing everybody my designs. It takes a little while to be able to manufacture it, but it's okay. We came up with a plan B and we incorporated some elastic into the band, which you guys will know, and we also unstitched it and re-sewed it and removed material and so forth. So yeah, I guess in a business, if you don't make mistakes, you're not really learning. But yeah.
Okay, so then on that, this is a curly question for you. How do you and how would you recommend being to others to reframe a mistake or a failure? How do you reframe that?
I've actually started learning to, I guess, embrace my mistakes. They're not mistakes, they're just learning curves. So if you don't develop the skill to see the bright side of a negative situation, then you're always going to get thrown to the curve, just in anything really. So I was just kind of grateful that at the time I wasn't, but as time progressed and I kind of accepted the fact that, this is the beginning stages and I'm still not very aware of how to do things. I don't have a degree in pattern making or even design really. I did in high school for my HSC, but I don't have a degree in it per se. So I looked at it as a learning curve. Next time I'll know what to look out for, pretty much. A failure. Yeah.
And it is a learning, and you're going to feel like crap. But if you don't get back up, it'll never happen what you wanted to have happen. You've got to just...
That's exactly right. Yeah. I worked so hard on this collection, our first ever collection, and all the collections to follow. But that one in particular, I was just like, no, this still has to work. I've got all these items and I want people to see them. So let's make it work.
It was your baby. It was your first child.
Yeah. Literally, you nurse a child.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I had a really good question that was coming after that. Oh, okay. So here's one. A little bit off, but I know I've been asked this question a lot and I actually have no idea. How does one even get started on the process of, let's just say I want to make some jerseys. Where do you even get started? How did you figure that stuff out?
I don't know. I guess when I first started, I first started designing my label and slogan back in 2015. I hand wrote it, and my friend actually made it into something that I could use because I'm not very tech savvy. So she, I think she put it into a JPEG or something like that. I don't even know, but she did that for me. So by the time it was 2017, I just I don't know. I literally just got out a a piece of clothing, like pair of tights that I love wearing, and I kind of just drew a pattern from that and then scaled it and put it to sizing, and then I guess send it to my manufacturer. So I just kind of started from nowhere.
That just kind of like sounds like you just like magicked it. Like, how do you find a manufacturer? How do you find fabric? Like,
Oh yeah.
What does that look like?
So finding fabric, I just kind of knew what fabric I wanted to use. So I did a lot of research behind, spandex, nylon, polyester, what's breathable, what's not, what's water absorbent, and what isn't, and, what creates friction, what doesn't. Anyway, sourced all the properties of the fabric. And from there, I went to go look for a manufacturer. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a manufacturer that was here in Melbourne, that was close to me, so I can go and see the production. I really like love the starting phase, the end phase. So I wanted to be involved as much as I possibly could. So I knew what I was looking for. But then being able to find a manufacturer within my radius that I could drive to on a daily basis was also challenging as well. So just like a lot of Googling, a lot of trial and error, a lot of calling up, just a lot of communicating with other people. And yeah, I actually came across a lady who knew of somebody here in Melbourne, and she kind of gave me his number and got me talking to him. So he was my manufacturer for that year. Yeah.
So the key that I'm taking away from that is know what you want first.
Yeah, go for it.
Like,
go for what you want.
And then research the other stuff, as opposed to have some vague idea, because a vague idea is just not going to, not going to find that person for you, is it?
No, yeah. I mean, that's literally what I did. I just knew what I wanted and had to work to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. How have you had to adjust? I know you touched on it a little bit, but I know there's so many women that need to hear this. How have you adjusted, and how are you continuing to adjust your workday around two small children, one of which is breastfeeding and the other one, I'm pretty sure, has only been on solids for maybe 10 months. So that's how young these children are. Hello. Oh, we're back.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I lost you for a bit.
That's okay. We're back. So, so just to ask the question again, in case something was missing, how have you adjusted your work days around your kids? Because you had one, and then you had two. One's on the breast. One's just recently started solids in the last 10 months. So how are you adjusting your work day? Because it's a day-to-day thing, I'm assuming, with young kids.
Yeah, with young kids, you're right. So I guess every Sunday evening, I kind of want to plan out my week ahead. I am very mindful of the days that I have both the children, and I try not to do anything on those days. And if I do it during their nap time, if they both nap at the same time, which is very, very rare. But I don't put my really key things to do on those days that I do have them both, only because I know it'll create extra anxiety and stress for myself. So I'm a very structured kind of girl. Like, I like to plan out my week ahead on the Sunday, plan my meals as well. I also like a really clean house as much as I can with kids. So I like to vacuum and stuff like that. So I put all that kind of stuff into my weekly planner, and jot down the most important things for the week on the days that I will ideally be able to do them. So I have normally 2 days out of the 7 where I can do that. And I'm very lucky that my little girl is a good sleeper. So so I don't put times on when certain things need to be completed, like on the day. I just put the task on the day, and once I can get to that, I'll get to that kind of thing. But I kind of noticed with myself, for me to be able to do things in a productive way, I need to sort out the little tasks first. So now that I can do exercise, I like to be able to move my body first in the morning if I can, in any kind of way. And also I like to spend as much time as I can with my little girl before she goes to sleep. So we'll hang out for a little bit, and then while she's sleeping, like a lot of mums out there, you just knuckle down and get all the stuff done. Because as soon as they wake up, it's just crazy again. So yeah.
So how do you navigate days that it doesn't go to plan?
Yeah, so that used to be a real issue for me. Hence why I actually contacted Angela. I just really started getting really anxious and stressed about the things that I wanted to complete, because if there's any first-time mums out there, you know, as your child is born, they practically require you 24/7, and that's not something you're used to, being the only person you used to care for or worry about in that respect. So after talking to Angela, we kind of definitely focused on the things that are important to me and things that I needed to incorporate to just slow my life down a little bit more, stop putting so much pressure on myself per se as well. So on those days that I don't get to complete the tasks that I want to, I kind of just look at the things that I have done for the day, and something as simple as having lunch,
Yes.
or like, you know, having
a shower.
I don't know, a shower, or like even just vacuuming. Like, to me, vacuuming was something that I just never got a chance to do, or I did do it and I just kind of brushed it off as a thing that you just do normally. But no, it's not. Like, it still needs to be rewarded. So yeah, I focus on the things I have done, and the things that I didn't get a chance to do, that's okay. I'll put it on for tomorrow's list. It'll still be there. So yeah.
That's a big thing that I know is, look, I don't believe in the hustle, and I believe that I love an intuitive business. Like, I love a business that's like, okay, I do know that I've got these few things to do, but I'm going to roll with it. Like, so for me, I generally have next week planned. So I've always got like a week up my sleeve. Like, so, you know, my emails, podcast, everything's been done for next week. So that gives me that buffer. But I think we place so much stress on getting things done that we forget to enjoy the doing part of it. We get to enjoy the part of being in the day doing it. And also, I think on a side note to that is that, and hopefully this is starting to fade, but this, oh, I'm always busy and I'm doing all the things, badge of honor, like, you know. And if you're like, Sara is very much like me, like, we're like the typical A-type overachiever people, right? And that can be a really hard thing to do. It can be a really hard thing to go, oh, well, that didn't happen. Like, we're like, because that badge of honor is, I always get things done. I find if I take that stress off myself, I get it done, but without the stress and the hustle. So
Yeah.
Kind of a side note, don't really know where I was going with that, but I just know that if you just allow things to evolve, and it's like, well, if I've done this thing today, I'm going to celebrate that I did that today. It's like the stress melts off you, and you'll probably do 2-3 other things that you didn't think you could do, because you're not being like caught up in the stress, which just is, it just zaps the energy out of you. Like, it just totally, it's like being hooked up to a vacuum, but the vacuum sucks the energy out of you, you know.
Yeah.
So then how do you navigate stress in your life?
Yeah. So I guess planning out my week ahead, especially on the Sunday, is really helpful. Because we do have 2 young kids and my husband works as well, like simple things like having a meal planner for the week ahead releases a lot of stress in regards to that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I like to organize meals, daily tasks or weekly tasks are all jotted out on a big whiteboard that I can see. I also like to incorporate some kind of like physical activity, like I said, as well. And I've also just started adapting to being able to just sit and do nothing and don't feel bad about that. Even if it's just sitting around my kids and just enjoying watching them look through a book, or I don't know, put puzzle pieces together, or even just push a little toy car around. Like that kind of stuff brings excitement to my life. So I want to be able to sit there and enjoy that and not feel bad about that. So yeah, I just kind of I mean, maybe COVID's helped with that as well. Just really, you know, appreciating the small things. Because, you know, if I was still hustling and bustling, I probably wouldn't, you know, see all these milestones that my son's achieving or my daughter's achieving and things like that. So yeah.
I love that so much. So, Sara, is there anything in particular that you would like the audience to know? Like, is there anything in particular you'd love women to know about? Anything really? Anything that you feel? And then I'd also love to know how we can connect with you and see all the amazingness that you do, because it's not just activewear. It's almost like it's heartwear. Do you know what I mean? Like your brand is from the heart. It's real. It's not, oh, look at my flashy thing. That's not who you are. Like you really give thought and love, like just love to what you do. And that's why I loved working with you, is because I do see that, and I see that nurturing side, and that gets felt. People buy and become loyal to brands that care about them. And I think when a person feels seen, when a person feels heard, when a person feels validated, they're going to become lifelong fans of your business. So what is it that you would wish people could know, and then let us know how we can become part of those loyal fans of yours and your business?
I guess one thing I want people to know is, especially women who are out there, don't ever feel like you're failing. Somebody is actually watching over you thinking, oh my gosh, she's amazing. They're idolizing you. So keep doing what you're doing, even if you don't feel like you're achieving anything. For first-time mums, you're doing an amazing job. It's tough. For business owners out there, it's a tough time as well. Just keep doing what you're doing. Restructure where you need to. It's not a negative thing to restructure. It's a growing aspect. So keep doing that. Keep challenging yourself as well. And just for everybody out there, just be kind to yourself, because it is rough. So many people are in lockdown, have been for weeks. So, and I guess from a active point of view, I like to just encourage people to move their bodies, because being active just releases all these endorphins and removes stress and gives you a kind of different avenue to focus on for the day. So that's why a lot of people move their bodies in the morning. It doesn't need to be anything strenuous. Even if you just start off with putting on some active wear, sometimes that's all you really need to do to motivate yourself to go for a walk. Even if it's 1K, it does not matter. You're outside, you're getting some fresh air. Just set up your day with a good intention, and if that means moving your body, definitely do that for sure. I feel like that helps me a lot. For those who want to come find me, you'll find me over on Instagram at gym, like the actual gym, GYM _secrets clothing. We're over there on Instagram. We're over on Facebook at Gym Secrets Clothing as well. You'll find my website at www.gymsecretsclothing.com, and also we're on TikTok as well. So we're trying to, see everybody over there as well. So yeah, I would love for you to come find me. And if you would like a special discount code as well, you can use the discount code. Let's make it something really fun, like empower.
Yeah, I love that. Let's type in the word empower.
Yes, let's use the word empower and come over to our website. You'll see the discount code value over there. We've got many amazing sales, and get your mini involved. It's fun. Let's really enjoy being active, and get people outside, do things inside, do yoga, do stretching, do something as a team. It's so great. It's rewarding for everybody. So yeah, come over to our website, use the code EMPOWER if you want to have a look at activewear. Otherwise, I've got blogs. I'm going to have some amazing motivational tick sheets as well. Next month is mental health month, so be perfect timing for that. So yeah, come and say hi as well in my DMs on Instagram. Yeah, I'd love to meet your audience, Ange.
Exciting, super exciting. I'll make sure I put all of that in the notes so that if anybody is listening to that, you just have to go to the show notes and you will see all the places that you can connect with Sara. Sara, thank you so much for taking some of your precious new time, quiet time
Yeah.
with us. I really, really take my hat off to you. Raising 2 babies with a business in these current ever-changing circumstances is inspiring. You're a truly inspirational woman, and I can't wait to see you continue to grow and evolve as you and your family do. So thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Ange. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. See you later.
See ya. Bye.